inside and set you free. Oh, death. Oh, death. Can't you spare me over till another year? Oh, death. Oh, death. Can't you spare me over till another year? I lock their jaws so they can't talk, stiffen their legs so they can't walk, close their eyes so they can't see. The chill you feeling comes from me. Oh, death. Oh, death. Can't you spare me over till another year?
Welcome to the Songbook Series podcast. Episode 2, The Legend of Harvest Queen. Hello, this is Chris LeRoy from the HICKMAN LE ROY Songbook. This is our second podcast, the Halloween special that contrasts 2005's Harvest Queen from Johnny Hickman's solo album, Palm Hinge, with an earlier demo called Haunted. It was recorded in the original Lo-Fi Studios in Redlands, California in 1999. We start with a 5-stock interview September 9th, 2007, right after Camp Out 3, hosted by Mort. He introduces lo-fi engineer Maria Baglian, who talks about the first Palm Hinge recordings, and is later interrupted by yours truly.
And yeah, we actually have Maria in the room with us. She's been spending most of this interview stuff behind the board, making sure things are going right. But she came out and piped up a little there and put in a few choice words. You got any interesting stories about the Palm Hinge session, Maria?
Well, there's actually one song on there, actually a couple songs on there that Johnny came in and was doing tons of pre-production work, and I believe it was like April, so we really hadn't been open that long. And John was working with Teddy when Teddy was out in Arizona. Was it Tucson?
Yeah,
If
something
I'm
like
not
that.
mistaken. And he goes, well, I got to record these songs. I got to get them over to him. So he records Hacker Boy. He records version of Southern Cal. And the funny thing is, he did already have a version of Southern Cal, but he had to do it again. And he did San Bernardino Boy, and then he did Friends. And it's very okay. Yeah, he's going off and do that. And if he comes back here, oh, good, that'll be fine. And then he shows up here again and he goes, well, we're going to keep a couple songs that we did. And I'm just like, oh, really? I mean, I just threw a couple mics up there and you just kind of played around with your voice and played the guitar. And lo and behold, Friends and San Bernardino Boy are the original demos that we did. But there's some songs that when we recorded them, they just weren't able to recapture everything. The tones were good. The spirit was right. Goes back to even their original lo-fi studios when we were in Redlands, little tiny place where we recorded a song called Haunted that Chris and Johnny had worked on. And later on, the lyrics got changed and it became Harvest Queen over here by the time it came over. And Johnny would always take people out to the car. He goes, you gotta hear this version of this song. This is the sound I'm going for. I just love this sound. And he'd play this, CD that I made for him back in '99 of Haunted without the lyrics. And he was just always insistent, that's what I want, that's what I want. And he had traveled all over the place trying to record the version of Haunted, Harvest Queen, at all these other studios with all these other musicians. And ultimately it kind of came back to that cool little vibe that Johnny and Chris and a drummer named Chad ended up putting together. And it was just a really cool, just pass it around.
Secret victory, because I know that John plays with incredible musicians all the time. He's got great session people he works with and great other people from other bands. And I play bass on that album upside down. I'm a left-handed guitar player.
Wait. You play upside down?
I play, well, not physically.
You play the bass is upside down.
I play the bass upside down, and because I don't even know what to do with a. If someone gave me a left-handed bass, I wouldn't understand what I'm doing. I learned to play upside down on bass, and after all those years, I mean, from 1999 to 2005, he tried to find someone to replace me on bass in that tune. He could not get that person. The history of scary and haunted riffs goes back to Peter Green, the original Fleetwood Mac. Black Magic Woman era, before Orwell, was Green Manalishi. When John brought this riff to me, I zeroed into this channel. I said, this sounds just like Fleetwood Mac. And we wanted to build a track that had those same sonic jumps. And I knew it would be a great guitar showpiece for Johnny. So I made John a sampler disc that included some of those Fleetwood Mac tracks, plus Albatross. Then some blues, Son House singing Death Letter, Howlin' Wolf Ain't Superstitious, even Jeff Buckley singing Grace, and a Charlie Mingus jazz piece, Ecclesiasticus. But it ended with I Only Have Eyes for You, old Flamingo's doo-wop piece that is really scary. As a little kid, I would listen to that, under my covers on transistor radio, and it just scared the hell out of me. So I wanted John to get really spooked.
Since you left me here for dead, a dusty frame, an empty bed.
Lyrically, Haunted is pretty straightforward. It's a haunted house, and it's about a devil deal that you live with. The performance of Haunted is deep and dark and spooky, and that wonderful extended ending captures the the mystery of the song. Now, Harvest Queen. The riff is the same. The basic tracks are still embedded, so we were building a new song on the old framework, and the solos are augmented by David Immergluck, but the intensity and most of that is still John. Now, the Fleetwood Mac feel still comes through on the acoustic break. Lyrically, Harvest Queen takes a different path. David Lowery made a suggestion that music, it brought up the image of Harvest Queen, and Johnny morphed that into some new lyrics. Where the original song tapped into the soul of this dark house and that kind of language, Harvest Queen has a more earthy feel, and the woman in question is still a devil, but she's got more sacrificial baggage. It's in the bridge where the songs vary the most. In Haunted, my lyrics centered on the pain of the relationship. It goes, I'm high, but I feel my pain. In the same bridge in Harvest Queen, Johnny gives you these details, the monkey's paw and the flesh and the straw, to convince you to not go towards the Harvest Queen.
Twisted sage like a monkey's paw. She will bless us with flesh and straw. In the back of a car. It's not desire, it's something more. We cannot move towards the Harvest Queen.
Obviously, we love both versions, and that's why we're releasing the Songbook Series CD that will cover some of these cool lost gems. So thanks for joining us on the podcast, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Here are some of my favorite Criterion releases for Halloween. A wild adaptation of Henry James' The Turn of the Screw, The Innocents. Ray Milland is great in The Uninvited. Cat People. Ingmar Bergman actually had a ghost story, a great ghost story, called The Magician. Carl Dreyer's Vampire. Silent classic, but they don't have Bride of Frankenstein, which is the greatest of all.
Hey, it's Mike Gagan from The Dangers. I'm here at studio in Redlands, and Marie and I were doing some guitar overdubs, and these two gentlemen stopped by, and they're going to help me with a couple of things. This is Bonesy and Skinny, or is it Skinny and Bonesy? I can't remember. I never get you guys straight. But I'm glad you're doing the social distancing thing, for me at least, and you're wearing your mask, so that's cool. I appreciate you guys being here because I know it's real busy this time of year for you, especially. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing a danger song, and I want you to just play along with me, and then I want you also to say the words, "Hey, play Orange Blossom," when I give you the cue. Okay? So we're going to try this to see if it works. These guys are pretty good, so they should pick up on it pretty quick. So here we go. Ready? You guys are already playing. That's how ready you are. Okay. We're the last band this evening that brought our own power. Hey, play Orange Blossom. That's late for this hour. Notes become fireflies, they spin through the tower. All over the searching is late counting hour. So that was pretty good. It was you were a little silent on the part, but I covered for you. It's something I'd always wanted to ask you guys. Mars Attacks, right? Jack Nicholson. Was he cool on the set, or was he sort of a prima donna?
Sun came up this morning and I'm fading away. Last night as big as life, going faint in the day. Going faint in the day. Leave the window open. Is there a songbird here? And pretty bird, won't you sing for me before we disappear? Before we disappear. You can't be a stranger in your own land. You can't be a stranger in your own. Television is hazy. Turn the rabbit ears. Through the courthouse open wide, and they took all the souvenirs. They took the souvenirs. Ah, you can't be a stranger in your own land. You can't be a stranger in your own. Okay, Ralph. Hey! Nights are cloudy, it's a night of tears. I hear the wind on the silent street, but that's music to my ears. Music to my ears. I'll leave the window open. Is there a songbird here? Pretty bird, won't you sing for me before we disappear? Before we disappear. Ah, you can't be a stranger. You can be a stranger. You can't be a stranger. You can be a stranger. Yeah, yeah. You can't be a stranger. You can be a stranger. Yeah, yeah. You can't be a stranger on your own.
So, Mars Attacks.
October by Evelyn Callahan Shaw. October is the month that seems all woven with midsummer dreams. She brings for us the golden days that fill the air with smoky haze. She brings for us the lisping breeze and wakes the gossips in the trees who whisper near the vacant nest forsaken by its feathered guest. Now half the birds forget to sing, and half of them have taken wing, before their pathway shall be lost beneath the gossamer of frost. Zigzag across the yellow sky, they rustle here and flutter there, until the boughs hang chill and bare. What joy for us, what happiness shall cheer the day the night shall bless. 'Tis Halloween, the very last, shall keep for us remembrance fast, when every child shall duck the head to find the precious pippin red.
The Cat and the Canary. Adapted from the stage play in the 1927 silent film, this version has Bob Hope with Paulette Goddard for a night in a haunted mansion with a greedy group of relatives and a crazy cat-like killer. Funny and spooky, it abounds in secret passages and a great chemistry. It is the precursor of the other great Hope Goddard comedy chiller set in Cuba, 1940s, The Ghost Breakers.
Good evening. Tonight's theme, slightly obsessive love, stalkers if you will, stalkers if you won't. Oh, this is a song that one of my friends on Facebook, we were going to just have a little discussion going about stalkery songs, and there were some that I'd never heard of, or kind of that I don't have time to learn that many this week. But here's one. It came out when I was in high school. I never really thought about it. Well, it's a little stalkery around the edges. I can see her looking back in her satin dress, in a room that you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream, and she don't always say what she really means. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. I can picture every move that a man could make. Getting lost in love is your first mistake. Sundown, you better take care if I find you been creeping round my back stairs. Yeah, sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again. I can see her looking fast in her faded jeans. She's a hard-loving woman, got me feeling mean. Sometimes I think it's a shame, and I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sundown, you better take care if I find you creeping around my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you been creeping down my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again. Yeah, Gordon Lightfoot.
Did you know that Lo-Fi Studios is also a place to go see bands? Just happens to be that the Eyelids are on their Accidental Falls West Coast tour, and they're touring with Victor Krummenacher's Flying Circus with Greg Lisher and Jonathan Segal. They're going to be at Lo-Fi Studio on Saturday, November 6th, and you can get tickets at musicofeyelids@bandcamp.com. See you there.
You.